Alright. Gonna hop back into some more Dead Cells. I've played a fair amount of this game since the last time I streamed. It's only been a few days. So I've gotten a lot of practice in. I've started using boss cells. So that's something. Alright, streaming is going on both Twitch and YouTube. Nice. And everything looks good. Alright. Alright, so I've changed a few things about how I'm running. So I've unlocked a lot more stuff. So as a result of unlocking a lot more stuff, I'm now in a custom game. With the only thing I've changed being the items that I absolutely hate have just been removed. There's still a shitload of items to choose from, but in terms of all the other settings though, they're the same. So like, you know, no cheese or anything. So I've attempted 2 boss cell runs the past few days, and I failed miserably on every single one. I believe I made it to the Hand of the King once or twice, and I failed miserably. Just 2 boss cells hard. Like 1 boss cell was fine. I managed to get through that pretty okay. 2 boss cell though is not playing around. Okay, what do we got up here? Of the options, yeah, there's only 1 shield I have unlocked, so it's the only shield that can pop up. Of the options, I think I like... I've never used the rapier, so I don't know if I would like that or not. I've actually grown very fond of the firebrands. I judged them pretty harshly early on, but they're really good. I really like that electric whip, though. Yeah. So let's go for Swift Sword for the main weapon. I've never used the Swift Sword yet. I just got that, but it looked like something I could easily see using. I mean, I get a lot of speed boosts. So, you know, that should work out pretty nicely. Also, look at my outfit. Oh. My beheaded dude looks real cool. I'm very happy with the outfit I have. And the head I've chosen. I think they look really good together. Alright, so yeah, 2 boss cell is no joke. So, you know, fight smart. Like, yeah, 2 boss cells, no joke. That's what I've learned. Nice. Ah. There we go. Hey, it's the Patman Games. Oh, I'm so happy to see you, bud. How are you doing, man? Ah. So yeah, I am playing this game on very hard right now. So I've gone from normal to hard to very hard. And on 2 boss cells, which is very hard, it's fucking hard. So I'm actually a bit of a coward on 2 boss cells. So you won't see me be as cocky as you would if I was playing this on 1 boss cell or no boss cells. Right now, 3 of my things are tactics. So let's stick with tactics. Oh, come on. How did they hit me? I'm good, making a birthday cake. Nice. Freaking, I haven't responded to you yet, because it's hard for me to respond at work, but I saw your message. Dude, it's crazy that she's freaking 10. I remember when you told me that you were even having a kid, yet alone the fact that she's now 10 years old. Like, just thinking about that is crazy. So that was weird. I held down for him to jump down and he didn't jump down. Okay, that one was just my mistake. Ugh. See, I can't use shields normally. I've tried. I just can't do it. Like, I need them in the, armadillo pack. Ugh. The fact that I've already taken hits, though, wow. Oof. Might mean that this is this 2 boss cell run is a wash. So, besides making a birthday cake, how's your day going, man? How is life being back on from vacation treating you? Damn it. I want to keep the wings on. Oh well. You must be really enjoying this game if you're playing it on hard mode. Oh, it's gonna get harder. Yes, I'm very much enjoying this game, dude. This game is an absolute bloody masterpiece of a video game. So, there's numerous different hard modes. So, there's normal mode, which you play just going through the game and getting to the final boss. And then if you manage to kill the final boss, you unlock a boss cell, which you can then plug into a machine in the game, which activates hard mode. And I've done that, and then I beat the game on hard mode, which was harder but manageable. And then I got a second boss cell. So now I've plugged 2 boss cells in the machine. And so far I've been doing okay, but I have not quite beaten the game. I've gotten to the final boss, but I have not been able to beat him on the 2 boss cells. And then there's even more boss cells beyond that. So then there's there's hard, there's very hard, there's like ultra hard or insanity, then there's like a nightmare and a hell playthrough. So there's like a 3, 4, and a 5 boss cell. So I'm still very far from the hard mode. Alright. Cursed toxic sewers. Very nice. I'm making progress, though. And I'm getting... The cool thing about this game, like with most roguelikes, is you are making progress even in failure. Ooh, I do like me the Frost Blast. I really do. Oh, I do like me the Frost Blast. Swift Sword. The Swift Sword. It's nice. There we go. But I do like me the Hadoken Frost Blast. So, besides, of course, like, you wouldn't have had time to game on your vacation, but, you've been, gaming anything at all? Since the last time I talked to you? Ooh, a better electric whip. Whip. Does an extra 100-something damage. That's not nothing. Early level. I'm gonna get it. I'm on 2 boss cells. I need damage. Farts. Okay. I didn't want to accidentally destroy that door on the bottom. I'd get a fucking curse. Got him. Ah. I cannot wait until I have my armadillo pack. Because that's my parrying option. Oh, damn it. Okay, cool. Now if I take a hit, I die. But there's a giant killer in here. Ooh. Ooh, a giant killer. Ooh, I think I'm going to take the giant killer. That's really useful for bosses. I do like the Frost Blast, but I'm going to take the giant killer. It's another new weapon I've been playing around with. It's, real good. Alright, so I have to kill 10 enemies, because I'm cursed right now. And while I'm cursed, everything one-hits you. So if I get hit by anything, I just die. Alright. Didn't mean to get a curse, so this is a pointless curse. It was a complete accident. I ground pounded and accidentally blew the fucking hinges off of a cursed door. Whoops. Sorry, hands were covered in strawberry frosting. Haven't been gaming on anything. Got some work done on the A Way Out video. Ah, nice. Which I'll continue after I'm done with the cake. And bought Kaylee. Okay, hang on. But got some work done on the A Way Out video. And bought Kaylee. Oh, okay. Never mind. There was a second post. The Mega Dimension DLC for her birthday. Very nice. For her birthday. What's a birthday? Out of curiosity. I'm not familiar with that phrase. Is this like a parent thing that I'm just not familiar with? Like I mean I've had a number of birthdays, but I've never had a birthday. Ooh. You must be a cool dad. You celebrate birthdays. No, you got her the Mega Dimension DLC. That's really cool. The Mega Dimension DLC is fun. I think it's fun. I know there are some haters out there. Okay, that's everything here. Your mother is a birthday. Aw. I'll tell her you said that. Ooh. As much as I'm used to going toxic sewers, I think I'm gonna go the other way. I go the toxic sewers so often. Nope, not that way. Not the stairs. Where's... Ah, there it is. Promenade of the Condemned. I haven't gone the Promenade in a while. Let's do the Promenade again. Hey, see, the game even recognizes I don't do it very often because it's giving me an incentive. No, Mega Dimension is fun. I like the hyperspace wormholes that they added. A lot of content, a lot of side missions, a lot of cool stuff to do in the Mega Dimension. Tell her the key is donuts. I like how it wanted me to kill 30 enemies. There weren't even 30 enemies on that map. Dumb. Okay. I'm gonna save my souls, or cells, I keep calling them souls, just in case I manage to not die, and I make it past a boss fight. Yeah. I still haven't found the Mewtwo mission. Oh, and yeah, she figured out the donut thing. Oh yeah, there's a surprising amount of donuts. So, Mewtwo. You have to download that. It's a free download. It's not a paid DLC. Mewtwo and Diancie are download missions off of just the Wi-Fi gifts. So once you download them, you never get a prompt for them. You have to just go to an area. So you have to, for Mewtwo, you have to go to Lysander Labs. You have to go all the way down to the the bottom basement of Lysander Labs. And then the Mewtwo thing will proc. But yeah, you either you didn't download it or you just never got the you just never figured out how to get the mission to actually show up. Because the mission doesn't just naturally show up. Okay, yeah. Mewtwo is at Lysander Labs. Yeah. Mewtwo is a tough one. I mean, he's not a tough one, but I have been failing at catching Mewtwo for a while. Here's why I'm failing at catching Mewtwo. because I could have caught Mewtwo 100 times over by now. But every time I go in, I use all of my Beast Balls. And those have a, I believe, like 0.1% chance of catching it. So I fail more often than anything else. So I keep trying to catch it until I expend all my Beast Balls. And then once I'm out of Beast Balls, I just reset. And then when I'm not in the mood to do that, I just go do other things. But I want Mewtwo in a Beast Ball. I don't know why, I just do. Oh, there's a force field on that motherfucker. Alright. Oh, there's force fields in all of them. Are those the teleporty dudes? Alright. So yeah, you'd love this game, Pat. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of different enemy types. And they all have their own unique, like, things. Every single one of them. They all act differently. I forgot I was cursed. I should really be careful. Ooh. See, both the Giant Killer and the Shield benefit from both of them. Brutality it is. It's a 50-50 gamble on whether or not that'll pay off, because what scrolls you find are completely random. Oh, you! Yeah. I was running away from him, and as I was running, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna die. I just remembered when I got a teleporty guy on me that I was cursed. I had already started jumping before I saw the pit of spikes. Alright. You know what? That run was already, I'd already taken damage. Wasn't not my best showing. I forgot about those teleporty bastards. If I'm being honest, I 100% forgot about them. Alright, so that benefits from tactics. Let's see. Ooh. Alright, I want you. Because you have magic missiles. I love magic missiles. Finally a Dead Cells streamer. Aren't there a bunch of people streaming Dead Cells right now? Also, Nixer Ducks. I apologize if I mispronounced. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Alright, I like Tesla coil on the right, and I like anything else on the left. You can go in my backpack. Alright. There's like 53 viewers on Dead Cells right now. Oh, really? I didn't know there were that few. Like, that's kind of shocking, actually. Alright, let's wait for this guy to go across. So I'm on 2 boss cell right now. This is the first time I've ever been on 2 boss cell. So, like, I've only been playing this game for a little bit more than a week. So, so I'm not exactly the greatest, you know, Dead Cells player, if that's what you're looking for. I love this game, and I stick with it, but I'm definitely not the best Dead Cells player. Just, you know, I'm very honest and open up front about that. How do you open those big doors at the start? The big doors. I think I know what big door you're talking about. These big doors, the ones right here that are exploded, you have to beat the Hand of the King once. So you have to actually go through and beat the base game one time when you have no boss cells. So you have to get through to the final level, and you have to beat the guy guarding the king. And then once you do that, when you come back here, the door is completely blown off of its socket. I remember you haven't beaten the clock tower yet. Ah, the clock tower. First time I ever got to the clock tower, like 6 days ago. I I got about halfway through the clock tower, and I was out of healing potions because I think I only had one heal at the time. And I had like 100 health. So basically I was a one hit. The only thing that got me through the clock tower on that run, which that was the first run I ever beat the game, was the tonic. Never underestimate the utility of the tonic when you're in a pinch. The bonus temporary HP is a lifesaver. my good friend. Alright, let's let the traps take care of them. Also, do not underestimate the utility of traps. So I have grown very fond of the Tesla coil as my go-to trap. The Tesla coil is amazing. Sayla, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I hope your day is going well. But yeah, never underestimate the utility of traps. Never underestimate the utility of a tonic, just for pure survivability. Also, upgrading your equipment and like getting blueprints is key. So I've gotten the Tesla coil as a blueprint. I got magic missiles, which I just started using these today. These are like my favorite thing in the world. Magic missiles, baby. Damn it, he hit me. But yeah, you gotta find a playstyle that works best for you and just own it. What are the magic missiles? They're a ranged tactics item that basically auto locks on to any enemy in your area. So they're like a whip, only you can actually hold the button down. So just hold it down and they just fire like crazy. And they target, so they can target up, down. Like, they're so amazingly useful. I love these things. Unfortunately, because I have magic missiles, I might be going most of my points into tactics. Because I want to make these things boss level. Magic missiles on a 2 boss cell. I'm good watching Starfleet Academy. Sayla, let me know what you think of Starfleet Academy, because I really love the show. Like, I think it's really good so far. And there's so many people review bombing it online and just absolutely tearing it apart, but I think it's fantastic. Like, yeah, is it different? Yes, but like, is it different in a good way? I think so. I don't know. I think it's a really cool show. Yeah, nice try there, monster. Come and get me. Alright. Doing better this time around. Magic missiles make the difference, baby. But if my magic missiles don't work, don't worry. I got a frying pan. Which is surprisingly good. I only saw episode 1 so far, but I like it. Yeah, right? Like, episode 1 is a solid premiere episode. Yeah, I've seen the first 4 episodes, I believe. And I really loved it. Like, I think it's a fun show. It has a good heart to it. It pays respect to the franchise while forging something new. And I really like that. I just ignore those people online. They are review bombing anything. No, I ignore them too. It just makes me sad that Star Trek is now one of those shows that's just getting hit by it. Like, their reviews mean nothing to me. There's a quote I love from Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, where he goes to a convention for people who love heists. I think they just love heists. And they start booing him, and he says, you know, go ahead and boo me. I've seen what makes you cheer, like, you know, something like that. And I really can relate to that. Like, you know, I've seen what makes those bastards happy. You know what? I'll love what I love. Thank you very much. All right, let's see if I can get an upgrade to these magic missiles. There are upgrades. Ooh. 290 to 360. That is more damage. I wish Oh, I really wish they had the 100% perk on it. This game has been on my list for a while, I'll be honest. I'm not actually watching you play because I want to go in fresh, but I wanted to chat. Oh, I'm sad you're not watching me play. You know, I feel like even watching this, you'd be fine. Like, personal opinion. Like, I feel like you'd be fine. Like, this isn't really a game where you have to worry about spoilers. At least not in my opinion. I don't know. Just my opinion. Was gonna watch episode 2 sooner, but Paramount Plus was acting up. Aw. So far, I've been lucky. I haven't had any issues with Paramount Plus in quite a while. I did have one issue with it the other night. So I've been using Star Trek Lower Decks as like my comfort thing to watch while I've been lying down at night. And it's been loading in really slowly. Which is, you know, weird. Ah, wrong button. There we go. Oh, you son of a bitch. God, some of them just jump so fast. Same, it's like Doctor Who. People were complaining about Jodie Whittaker and Newt Gun's runs before they even started. Yeah, I do remember a lot of the hate for Jodie Whittaker. Which is, you know, just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how anybody can even pretend like their judgment on something that they haven't even seen yet is relevant. Like, there's nothing, like, if you've seen something and you don't like it, that's one thing. But when you're prejudging it, that's something else entirely. Ooh, I'd much rather have the electric whip than the Vorpin. At least for a tactics build. I adore the Vorpin. And personally, like, I like Jodie Whittaker in Doctor Who. At least what I've seen of her Doctor Who. I've not seen much Doctor Who, but I've seen some. Mainly the newer stuff. I need to go back and watch the older stuff. Just got through the prison. Oh, nice. Niner Ducks. That's one of the only places I've actually never gone, is the prison. I'm not super familiar with the prison because I've never been there, so it just hasn't come up. All right, where haven't I been yet? There we go. I actually want to do the Castlevania DLC. I just haven't gotten around to that either. Ah! Yeah, screw you. She's a good actress. The only real problem I saw with her is they didn't play her to her acting strengths. They do that to a lot of actors in a lot of roles. They do that a lot. Like, way too often, actually. People that make TV shows and movies need to start recognizing what an actor is good at and just letting them be themselves instead of trying to mold them into something that they want them to be. Alright, I think I'm gonna go the route that I'm used to, which is the toxic sewers. Ah. Oh, okay. When I launch my Tesla coil, I have a perk that shoots a volley of arrows. I'm like, what was that? Yeah, a lot of dark and serious adult roles. If they had gone for a darker tone, I think she would have shined more. Darker tone, though, for Doctor Who is a tricky proposition. Because it's Doctor Who. But I do agree with you. I do agree with you completely. But yeah, Doctor Who is, you know, like, it can be a heavy show from time to time, but it can also be Doctor Who, let's be honest. You got some weird timey-wimey shit going on from time to time. I do love the firebrands, but I'm gonna stick with the electric whip for its shock damage. Probably should have taken the firebrands. We can do darker tones. Yeah. How do I get the rune to climb on walls? The spider rune. Ooh, where do you get the spider rune? The spider rune, I believe, is the last of the core runes you get. And have you gotten the Ram rune yet? The one that lets you break the glowing floors? Because I believe the spider rune, you need the Ram rune in order to be able to get that. I think. So if you don't have the Ram rune yet, you can't get the spider rune. And I think that was in the... Oh, where was that? Oh, I might have to Google that one. Oh, where was that? I still think if you're having, with this, I'm assuming you meant have fun. You just put having. With this game, you should give Dark Souls a try. It's a game that's more about exploration and patience than its reputation for difficulty suggests. So, I've been meaning to talk to you about this, but I just, I didn't want to flood your phone with messages while you were on vacation with your family. But, so I've been thinking a lot about why Dark Souls does not appeal to me, but Dead Cells does. So aside from me being a big fan of, 2D side-scroller games in general, what I think I like about this game and what I wouldn't like about Dark Souls is the edgelord pitch black nature of Dark Souls versus the artistic, edgy, humor-filled world of Dead Cells. Like, this world appeals to me in the best kinds of ways, even with its Dark Souls style of, like, crushing combat. Everything about this game really appeals to my sensibilities. The humor in it is absolutely beautiful. The visual style of this game is absolutely gorgeous. The enemy design is gorgeous. The weapon designs are gorgeous. Everything about this game is just beautiful, in my opinion. Dark Souls it always has just seemed so pitch black to me. So, like, this world is serious because serious. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't really draw my attention. I don't know. No, I wasn't going to message you when you were on a family vacation. I stand by that. Alright, hang on. I missed a message here. Going back to Starfleet Academy, I like the nod when they talked about famous captains, and one of them was Luzzie Arnez. I thought it was a good Luzzie Arnez. I thought it was a good Easter egg. If you're anything like me, Sayla, did you end up pausing at any of those sequences where they're at the academy showing the walls? Because look at a lot of those names. There's a lot of captains and admirals up there. One of my favorite little Easter eggs, and this made me very happy. I don't know if you noticed, but Harry Kim, man, he made Admiral. He's not just a one-pip dude. That motherfucker made Admiral. Oh, that made me so happy to see that. Like, he's not an ensign anymore. Oh, I was so happy to see that. And there's just a lot of names on the wall. Like, Jonathan Frakes is one of the like legendary captains of old. Like, just Jonathan Frakes, not Will Riker. Jonathan Frakes is a captain. Tawny Newsom is like an admiral from the past, like Admiral Tawny Newsom. Like, I don't know, just little things like that made me very happy. Yeah, freaking Kim got promoted apparently. It's not a spoiler, though, so I'm not worried about saying that, Pat. It's literally just an Easter egg on a wall, so I don't consider that a spoiler. So yeah, Harry Kim got promoted, apparently. So he made Admiral, which I was so happy for him. Well, anyways, see ya. I'm gonna go sleep. Oh, Nider Duck, sorry. I've been trying to keep up with multiple chats. Sorry about that. I did see your message about the Ram rune. Oh, okay, yeah, you do got the Ram rune. The Spider rune, I don't remember off the top of my head. Like, I just can't remember. I think it's in the Forgotten Sepulcher. I think. And I think you have to break a floor in the Forgotten Sepulcher. With like it's near a red flag. And there's like spikes on the side of the wall. And you break the floor, and then you go and you fight an elite down there. And then when you kill that elite, you get the Spider rune. I think it was the Forgotten Sepulchre. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but in my memory, I think that's what it was. But sorry I got distracted by chatting with Sayla and Patman. But I hope you have a good one. Have a good rest. And hopefully I see you in the future. Didn't they put Jesse Eisenberg and Nog on the wall? Okay. If they did, I didn't notice a Captain Nog or a Jesse Eisenberg. But they should have. I was looking for it, but I don't think I noticed it. I hope they did. Because Jesse Eisenberg and Nog are freaking legends. And they deserve it. I agree the wall is cool and thought it was great they added Lucy, since without her, Trek might not have gone back on the air in the 60s. Yeah, that is true. No, there's a lot of little nods to a lot of people that have worked on, like, behind the scenes to make Star Trek what it is. In that like that little Easter egg wall segment, that I really appreciated it. Okay, we got a little flying guy up there. No, he means Aaron Eisenberg. I assume he was just being, sassy when he put Jesse Eisenberg. But he means Aaron Eisenberg. The sweet, lovely actor that played Nog. Freaking Nog. The character that came out of nowhere and absolutely broke my heart. No, I'm pretty sure he said Jesse Eisenberg because he was just probably making like a Lex Luthor reference. Like sometimes he and I do stuff like that. Like we'll reference actors or characters from other properties and we'll make their names sound similar. So Jesse Eisenberg leading to Aaron Eisenberg. Yeah, he probably did that on purpose. he meant no, it's all in good fun. Perfect parry. I met him briefly several years back. Really nice man. That's so cool that you met him. I wish I could have met him before he passed. Could have told him how much his character's journey meant to me. Like seriously, his character's journey, he went on a journey. I'm gonna take them out with the homunculus rune. Just because there might be a scorpion down there and I want to play it smart. Nothing wrong with the homunculus rune. It may be a little cheesy. I absolutely meant Aaron Eisenberg. My brain just malfunctioned. Oh, I figured you were just doing like the thing that you and I always do when we call somebody something else because their name is similar. You and I do this all the time. Like, if Clancy Brown is in something, when Clancy Brown was in Star Wars, I think you and I said, oh yeah, when Lex Luthor popped up. It's like, yeah, like he's not Lex Luthor obviously, but you and I were referring to him as Lex Luthor, but we both know who we meant. But I figured you did it on purpose, just, being silly, like you and I do. Yeah, he and I do that all the time. I wish I had seen Paper Moon before I met him. Would have loved to. Oh yes, Paper Moon is a masterpiece of an episode. I think I've said this before. I think that's my second favorite episode of all of Star Trek. Like every series. Like that episode was just, it hit hard. It hit all the right notes, and his performance was phenomenal in it. And just his journey throughout the series. Like, he's just nothing but a petty street punk in the first season. And look where they end. My God, his character goes on a journey. Like, I respect a character that ends a series different than how they started it. And he is night and day to how he started that series. Speaking of Clancy Brown, you heard of the Highlander reboot led by Henry Cavill. I thought that was just a rumor. Is that confirmed? If that's confirmed, Henry Cavill needs to calm down. Like, first he does The Witcher, and now he's gonna be Highlander. He knows there can be only one, right? Oh. There we go. God, I love magic missiles. Like, I love magic missiles in D&D, and I love D&D, and I love magic missiles in Dead Cells. Alright. Nog's Journey is easily one of the best parts of DS9. Oh, yeah. Even though Quark absolutely abuses the fact that he has a nephew in Starfleet. The, what was it? The Magnificent Ferengi? Oh, he really abuses Nog's position. Oh, Nog. Oh, that's a fun episode. Confirmed they dropped the first... Oh, they dropped the first look. I did not see that. I'm gonna have to look at that. With one or two exceptions, DS9 was great on having their characters grow and change. What do you think the exceptions were? I'm trying to think of who the exceptions could be. Because I feel like every main character genuinely changed from their first introduction to their last, with the exception of... I was gonna say with the exception of Ezri, yeah. Like, but that's not even her fault. That's only because she just didn't have the time. Like, her character did change a little bit between first introduction to last. Like, she grows a little confidence. But yeah, she just didn't have the time to develop like Jadzia did. Everyone else, though, I feel like they pretty dramatically changed over the course of the series. But yeah, Ezri is the odd man out on that one. And she knows it. The actress knows it. Okay, what's giving me a speed boost? Something's giving me a speed boost. Huh, or do you just naturally get speed boosts when people explode? And I've just never noticed that. Yeah, maybe. Nog never stops believing in Quark. Oh, Quark. The Quark 3000. Proprietary technology. Quark. I, to this day, always think of Worf more as a DS9 character than a TNG character because they did so much more with him. I do agree with you on that. And I also think, as much as I love Deep Space Nine in those first few seasons, more season 3 than 1 and 2, I do think the show really found its stride in season 4, even though season 3 did find its balance, did find its groove. I really feel like the show really just hit its stride when Michael Dorn joined the cast. I really do. Like, I think the show just got better. It just benefited from having a legacy character getting to do things that his character could not have ever done on TNG. They changed, but their cores stay the same, which is just great character development. Yeah, like, I really think every character in DS9, with the exception of Ezri, and again, not her fault, but like Jadzia, is dramatically different from the first episode that they're introduced to the last episode that those specific characters appear. So Jadzia's last episode, she is a very different character from the first episode. The same with every one of them. And I love that. Like, they're still who they are, but like, the journey that they went on throughout the series genuinely changed every single one of them. And I love that. Like, that good character development is what I live for when it comes to quality storytelling. Ah! Good thing I noticed him, you mother... Okay. He almost got me. So I've already gotten the extra door because I'm at 60 kills without dying. magic missiles certainly make those guys a lot less scary. Flying guys. I remember hearing when they wanted Worf to DS9, Dorn's stipulation was no more Worf being beat up all the time. Yeah, poor Worf. Security, we need to have Worf and 2 other guys to go down here and get their ass kicked. Stat. Oh, I love it so much. I love it so much. Literally, that's 90% of TNG. They have 1,000 people on that ship, and they send Michael Dorn and 2 other guys down to engineering or down to security or down to lower decks to get their ass kicked. You know, go to 10 forward and get your ass kicked. Like, just those 3 people, 2 randos and Worf. Poor guy. Even then, if you consider Ezri a continuation of Jadzia, one could argue that there was a palpable change in the character. There's such a gray area there, because technically she is Jadzia, but she also really isn't. But technically she is. She's also Curzon. You know, she's all of them. But, there's a gray area on that one. Okay. Survival. Gets me more HP. Look at Kira when we first met her. She was a hothead willing to throw down with anyone come season 7. She's calmer and less likely to get provoked. She isn't just calmer and less likely to get provoked. Her heart has changed. Between season 1 and season 7, she is a broken and embittered warrior who has lost all ability of trust and almost compassion in season 1. Like, she effectively had to become a terrorist to protect her world. And they are just coming out of that. Like, they are still right at the crux of the fact that they went through hell. So she wants nothing to do with Starfleet. She wants nothing to do with any of the main characters. And she certainly doesn't have the ability to trust or love anybody. God. And then cut to season 7. Holy hell, she's been on a journey. What she learned about her mom, what she learned about herself, the connection she formed with freaking with Bajoran Jesus, with the connection she formed with her mortal enemy, both good and bad, like with the love story that she has with freaking a puddle of goo. My God. She's been through so much. And Zial. Zial. Zial broke my heart. When I was a kid, that made me cry my eyes out. I was happy in Lower Decks when we got Curzon. We needed Curzon, like a proper Curzon. So now we finally have an official, that's Curzon. And that's what we always needed, is we need more Curzon. I want the animated movie spin-off that just follows Curzon. Not even just Curzon. I want the Curzon and Jolene Blaylock spin-off. I want that so bad. Never stops being a rebel fighting for what's best for Bajor, though. Oh yeah, no. Season 7, one of my favorite moments. So she's already promoted. She's like a colonel. She works with Starfleet. She actually respects Starfleet. She has a good working relationship with Admiral Ross. And she still is a rebel. She gets a bunch of underdogs to duct tape together a bunch of ships to stand in the face of the Romulans. She's still who she is. I love that. But she's gone through so much. Oh, Damar. Don't even get me started on Damar. Freaking Damar is a character I never saw coming. I didn't give 2 rats' asses about Damar when he was first introduced. He was a nothing side character. Freaking hell. He was a nothing side character. And then look what they do with him. Holy hell. He goes full Les Miserables. Can you hear the people sing? Like, he starts leading his people. Ugh. Curzon and T'Pol reminded me a lot of McCoy and Spock. Yeah, I can see that. There was just such a great back and forth. The fact that they even got Jolene Blaylock back still blows my mind. Like, I never expected we were ever going to see her again. I'm going to take the Giant Killer. As much as I love the Electric Whip, Giant Killer for boss fights will really come in handy. It's just easier. Alright. I heard you heard the voice and my mouth dropped in shock. No, I couldn't believe it. Ah! I was not expecting that many enemies to be right there. Hang on. These motherfuckers do a lot of damage. Alright. And they chase you down no matter where you go. Alright. Like, they will hunt you to the ends of this planet. Yeah, no, I never expected she would be on Star Trek again. I'm one of the people that really, I enjoyed Enterprise. It's not my favorite Star Trek, but I thought it was a good show. And I'm one of the people that defends it. And I thought Jolene Blaylock kicked ass in it. And it was really nice to see T'Pol get some love. I liked it. Lower Decks had an uncanny ability to draw in old actors. Yeah. Not even an uncanny ability. They just got them. Like, I bet people loved the fact that Star Trek was doing a proper comedy. And finally it was just like, yeah, let's play in this. Let's play in this sandbox. Like, hard to beat a good old comedy. She's one of two people I thought would never come back to Trek. Yeah, who's the other person? Like, she's definitely somebody I didn't think was going to come back to Trek. But I'm trying to think of somebody else. Okay, there's one other person that I can't see ever coming back to Trek. Avery Brooks. I know Avery Brooks has, like, he loves Star Trek. Okay, yeah. Sayla. Yeah. I agree. I said it before that post came up, so I said it before I saw your message. Yeah, I can see, I would be astonished if we ever saw Avery Brooks again in Star Trek. Which is sad, because his story is the one I would want to see finished the most. Of every character that's ever existed in Star Trek. And he's the character we'll probably never see again. Sad. I know I can't see Scott Bakula ever coming back. I could see Scott Bakula coming back. Scott Bakula is, you know, he's fond of his time on Star Trek. Yeah, he's sad that the show didn't go over better. I know I've heard him say that before in interviews. But no, I from what I understand, he was very fond of his time on Star Trek. They should leave Sisko alone. His story ended well, methinks. I do think his story ended well. I still want to fucking know what happened. Like, I'm just saying. Should they leave him alone? Yes. Absolutely. Do I want to know? Yes. Yes, I do. But they should absolutely leave him alone. Yes. I just want to fucking know. I've wanted to know most of my life. No, Scott Bakula is supposed to be one of the nicest people on the planet. Oh. Of all the actors I would ever want to meet, he's on the top 5 list of actors I would want to meet. Because he is a massive percentage of my childhood. Sayla, I don't know if you ever saw it. Did you ever watch Quantum Leap? I feel like with the shows that you and I have talked about before, you would probably be a person that would appreciate Quantum Leap if you hadn't seen it before. But yeah, have you ever seen Quantum Leap? Late 80s, early 90s TV show about time travel that starred Scott Bakula. And it's so good. Like, is every episode amazing? No. But in a very general sense, the show is so freaking good. Like, I've seen every episode like half a dozen times. I literally grew up on that show. I have. My mother loved that show. That's the reason I started watching it when I was a kid. My mom loved Quantum Leap, and I would watch old reruns with her. And I just kind of got into it. Like, they were really interesting stories. It taught me a lot about, just like Star Trek, it taught me a lot about looking at other people's points of view and trying to open my horizons to beyond just my own world's bubble. And so, yeah, a lot of my morality, like a huge chunk of it comes from Star Trek, but a lot of it also comes from Quantum Leap. I gotta say. He chased John Billingsley off stage. That's awesome. Dr. freaking Phlox right there. Poor Dr. Phlox. I like Enterprise. I think Enterprise is a really good show. Dr. Phlox did not get the character love he should have. In fact, I think a lot of people in Enterprise didn't get the character love they deserve. Ooh, whoops. It was really... They focused on 3 characters. Captain Archer, T'Pol, and Trip. All the other characters, they got episodes, but they never focused on those characters. And that makes me sad that all the other side characters always took a backseat to those core 3. Like, even Picard didn't feature in every episode. Like, I don't know. I feel like they should have had more of a variety with the cast in Enterprise, and I'm sad they didn't do that. You watch any of the Quantum Leap reboot? I got 2 episodes into it and bounced off. I did see all of the Quantum Leap reboot. It was fine. It definitely was not what I wanted it to be. And I definitely understand why it was canceled. And I agree with them canceling it. But it was fine. Like, it was okay. Like, Billingsley has the habit of doing goofy stuff during panels. Yeah, Billingsley's supposed to be a big goofball. Sayla, I forget. Did you ever watch Stargate SG-1? I know we've talked about a lot of sci-fi shows. Because Billingsley pops up on Star Trek SG-1 also. And he even, like, makes reference to Star Trek. And he's just, like, an absolute giant goofball in the episode. And it's freaking awesome. Oh, okay. It's not for everybody. I was really obsessed with mythology as a kid, so so Stargate was kind of a show that was made for me. Wrong weapon. All right, I'm playing so careful and cowardly. But yeah, going back to Quantum Leap, the reboot. I don't know. I have issues with it. The people that made it, I don't think they really understood the types of stories that they were telling. So I don't think they understood what made the original Quantum Leap a cult classic. Pat. Like, I don't know how much of a fan of Quantum Leap you are, Pat, like the original. But I'm sure we've talked about it. I just don't remember. The thing that I loved about Quantum Leap was that every single episode had characters that were memorable and a plot that was compelling. And the leaps were memorable. Like, even the bad ones, like, the leaps were memorable. They focused on them. The reboot didn't do that. The reboot spent more than half of the screen time focusing on a future storyline. with the person that wasn't even leaping. And so the leaps felt like a side thought. Which really took me out of the show. I've seen a fair bit and loved every bit I saw. Always meant to go back to it. I think it's free on the Roku channel. Quantum Leap. You just have to deal with commercials, but whatever. But yeah, I've seen every episode of Quantum Leap numerous times. I adore it. But no, yeah, the reboot. My big issue with the reboot, and I don't know if you said you saw a few episodes, Pat. So I don't know if you got far enough to notice this trend. But they spent half of the time away from the leaps, which is the whole premise of the show, is playing around with different time periods. And as a result, you didn't get to know the characters in the leaps, so you didn't get to really care about what was going on as much. But you also didn't get to play around with the setting that much. I don't know. I feel like they made a mistake. I feel like they made a real big mistake on that one. Like, was it watchable? I enjoyed to an extent. Like, I didn't hate it. But, like, it definitely was not what I wanted. It was definitely not. Like, I would have preferred a 70-year-old Scott Bakula going on adventures. I've not seen all the show. Oh, no, I've already gotten that. I got my mother the series box set of original Quantum Leap for Christmas one year. That's a good gift. I believe I have the whole series on DVD. Sadly, I don't have a cool box set. I think I got them all individually, like when I found them on sale at Costco or something. Back when Costco used to still have like a lot of DVDs. Yeah. That's how I got a lot of my shows, was Costco sales. I have all of Babylon 5 because I got each season for like $10 at a Costco sale. Whoops. Alright. I don't think there are 9 more enemies for me to kill, so I'm not going to be able to get to 60. That makes me sad. But I think I've killed everyone on the map. So I've cleared the map. But yeah, I'm not going to get the bonus door. Sad. Or at least have Sam make it home in the reboot, like as an Easter egg. You know, just like, okay, just like with Cisco, what the Patman was saying, how he thinks his story ended pretty well. Like, I do like that Sam never left home. Like, he never goes home. Like, I do hate how they end the series, the final episode of Quantum Leap. Like, it's a good episode. I just wish it wasn't the series finale. But I do like the premise of the idea that he'll go home when he's ready to go home, and the truth is he'll always be the person that wants to save other people. So as a result, he'll never leave home because he has this unending need to do good. So I do kind of like that he'll always just be leaping for the rest of his existence. You know, putting right what once went wrong and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home. Oh, I love that show so much. Sure, just like every show. Oh, I did get in here. Huh. Oh, I must have gotten to 60 before I got hit. Neat. Ooh, Magic Missile 5++. Oh, that is way better. That is way better. Oh, I'm gonna upgrade that. Would have got all of DS9 from this one now closed thrift store if they didn't want $50 to $80 for some of the sets. 50 to 80 bucks? Good lord. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Like, I love that show, but that's a lot of money. Holy crap. Yeah, I wouldn't have. Jesus. Alright, so now that I'm focusing more on Magic Missile, I've started using some of these tactical mutations. I think I'm going to do plus 38% damage if I'm close to a deployed skill. I just have to remember to pop my Tesla coil out, and then I get plus 38% damage to my Magic Missile. Oh, and now I've got full health and full health refills. Oh, beautiful. Not doing terrible. I'm not doing terrible. I'm going slow, but I'm making progress. It felt like the reboot might have wanted to build towards finding him, but I guess we'll never know. Okay. Throughout the series, they name drop Sam a lot. There's even one of the main characters, Ernie Hudson, the freaking Ghostbuster. He's a big character from a really cool story arc in the original Quantum Leap, where Sam leaps back into Vietnam to help his brother. And he leaps into Ernie Hudson's character. And so that's how Ernie Hudson even knows about Sam Beckett, which is I thought that was actually really cool. That was one of my favorite things that the reboot did. I just thought they focused way too much on the future story and not enough on the leaps. But I did love that they sort of found a way to use a legacy character, because the Vietnam episode is a really good episode. Oh, it's a big two-parter one where first he leaps home in his younger self and he can't save his brother, and then he leaps into Vietnam, and it's just so emotional and dramatic and awesome, heartfelt. So good. Was able to get season 7 since it was the least expensive, but by the time I had the money for the others, they were gone. I believe I got all of mine from... All of my Deep Space Nines I found at a garage sale. And I think I got them for $5 a season. Which was a really kick-ass find. Yeah, I believe I found all of DS9 and like most of my TNG at a garage sale. I believe. Alright, this bastard's just gonna wait there. Play it safe. There's not a lot of room for me to move up there, and I don't want to get hit. On 2 boss cell, you really don't want to get hit. You need all that health for the bosses. Like I said, I'm playing like a coward. I see that mushroom. Alright. Try to damage this guy out. Alright, I'm going to kill that guy, then I'm going to jump down there and take out the mushroom. I saw Walmart has the series box set for a decent price, but wasn't sure if I should get it since I already have Season 7. I would say if you don't have the other seasons, and here's what I would do. Whoops. That was not the guy I meant to target. If I were you, I would hold out until Black Friday sales next year, because the full series sets, even for the Star Treks, tend to be a pretty good price. Like the whole series of Voyager, for example, this last Black Friday, I think I saw it for like $70, which is pretty good. Given the fact that you're getting, God, what is that? That's 26 episodes a season with 7 seasons. That's like 150 episodes or something, 156, 158. Nowadays, we're lucky to get 10 episode seasons of a TV show. So just think about how much you're getting. Oh, you're really getting your pluck for your buck on that. And I know there's always that argument that people give, like, oh yeah, but the shows we're getting now are higher quality. Some of them, yes. Not all of them. Some of them are just as bad and cheesy as the originals. We just get less of them now. And then some of them are amazingly high quality. It really varies. Hey, what's a show you like that nobody else does? Ooh. A show I like that nobody else does. Ooh. 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 I gotta think on this one. Oh boy. Because I'm sure I've got some. Ooh. Give me a minute on this one. I don't know how. Okay, Pat, do you know if Last Man on Earth has gotten a lot of love? Because I absolutely freaking love Last Man on Earth, and I never hear anybody talking about it. Ever. So, like, was that show even loved? Or was it just me that loved that show? There we go. Because that might be one. If nobody else loved it. A show I loved that nobody else loved. There was that Batman Beyond spin-off that didn't do very well. That followed the robot. I really liked that. And nobody else seemed to like it. The freaking mushroom, man. The mushroom is the scariest thing on this level. Right. Yeah, I knew I could hit you. Magic missile. Yeah, Project Zeta, that's it. Like, I don't think it did very well, but I really liked it. This is... Oh, there's gotta be... There's so many shows that I've loved that I know other people have not, but I'm struggling to think of them off the top of my head. Maybe Sliders? I know Sliders is not exactly the most beloved show, but I really enjoyed Sliders. At least the early seasons of it. Before, like, the entire cast left. But I think that show does have a cult following, so there are people that do like it. So that wouldn't qualify for no one liked it but me. Those will work. In the video they go. Oh boy. I didn't know. I thought you were legitimately asking out of curiosity. Got him. That's how you take out an elite. Ooh, a better amulet. Ooh, a better amulet that will improve my giant killer also. And will give me burning on the ground. Oh, hell yeah. That's way better. Hell yeah. Oh, give me a little bit of time and I'll think of better things. Because I know for a fact there are shows I've loved that no one else did. I can think of movies that I love that no one else ever loved. But like TV shows, oh, I really have to think more on that. I know there's this one Robin Williams movie that I loved that when I looked up, I was just curious one day, so I looked up some Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb reviews to see what other people thought, and everyone else was giving it like a 2 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10, and I thought it was a really good movie. Like I thought it was a really heartfelt movie, and everyone else fucking shit on it. Like everyone hated it, and I was just like, I thought it was good. So like, yeah, like I can think of some movies. Nice. Your line is, I'm the one who always tries to find the good in everything I watch. I mean, I do. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. No, I am not going in a challenge rift. Fuck that. I am not on a 2 boss cell run. I'll do that on a no boss cell run, but a 2 boss cell run? No thanks. Goodbye, Portal. I'm not going in there. I really do try to find the good in everything I watch, but there are some things that are impossible to find the good in. 40 Days and 40 Nights, there's nothing good about that. Absolute fucking hot garbage. Absolute piece of shit movie. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I can find nothing good about that movie. Nothing. Absolutely zero. Like, my life was worse for having seen that movie. The same with 40 Days and 40 Nights. So there are things I do hate. Like, I can't always find the good in things. The Tree of Life, that movie, one of the worst things I've ever seen. There's a movie with Adam Sandler. Like, there's something with gemstones is in the title. I don't remember what it is. It's not The Righteous Gemstones, because that's a really cool TV show. But he made a TV show where he's like he made a movie where he's like this like shyster grifter piece of shit, and I somehow finished it, but I hated every second of it. But I started the movie, so I've told myself I was gonna finish it, but I fucking hated it. Like, holy crap. So like, I can't always find the good in everything. Oh, hang on. I want to get a good run-up on the Mushroom Man. Oh, this poor bastard. Just burning him alive. Normally, Walmart had the DS9 box set for $99, which is a post-TOS Trek series. $99 is not terrible. $99 is not bad at all. Especially for like a 7-season Star Trek. Like, that's not bad at all. I actually still need to buy some of the Star Treks, because I own all of TNG and DS9. I think I might have a season or two of Voyager, but I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I'd love to buy a box set for Voyager, because I really do love Voyager. Not as much as DS9 or TNG, but I loved Voyager. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was a great show. But I do think those other shows were, you know, better shows. I do, as a whole. If it wasn't for already having Season 7, I would have bought the set already. That is a tough one. That is a tough one. You could always sell Season 7 on like eBay or Amazon and try to recoup some of the money. And then just get yourself the fancier box set where everything's a little more consolidated. Granted, yes, I know selling things on eBay can be a little fishy at times. So, you know, trust your gut on that. But it's always an option when you want to try to recoup some of your money. Ah, freaking mushroom. The mushroom damages me more than anything else. I think I got the mushroom. Although I think there's a second mushroom. Yep, there's a second mushroom. Ah, tentacle. Those would be good last words. What did he... Did he speak of me before he died? No, he just screamed tentacle. What? Yeah, he didn't talk about you. He just screamed tentacle and then his head exploded. Oh. Okay. But I definitely get that being a tough one for you. If you already have one of the seasons, why technically buy that season again? I like, yeah, I would feel probably the same way. Alright, where is this mushroom? There's the mushroom. Alright, I'm gonna play this one a little smart. I don't like using the homunculus rune like this, but you can use it like this. I won't use it on the mushroom, but I'm worried about those explodey bats. Wrong button. Got it. Oh, the barrel launcher is a good weapon, but not for my current build. The giant killer is just such a good boss weapon. Is there a better way out of here? Damn. They really just want me to get poison damage. Alright. Farts. Ooh. Did not think I could make that jump. Oh, another mushroom? Fucking hell. There's 3 mushrooms grouped up right next to each other. Damn it. I didn't see him because I was looking at the explodey bats. Ah, god damn it. Usually cheapest Trek set I have seen around is the 70s. Since it's so short, I think it's the shortest Trek series at the moment. Shortest Trek series is the original series, right? I mean, okay, and if we're counting seasons, because the original series might have more episodes than Lower Decks, because Lower Decks only had 50 episodes. The original series, I think, got in the 60s, right? It's been a minute since I've seen the original series. It's the Star Trek I've probably seen the least of. I have seen it. I've seen it all a couple of times. I sort of grew up with it, kind of. I mean, the original movies, the original cast movies are what introduced me to Star Trek. And then I fell in love with TNG and DS9. And then I discovered that they even had a TV show in the 60s. Oh, the animated series, right. The original, yeah, the original animated series. I like the animated series. Yeah, season 2 was hella long. I do remember that now. Yeah, season 2 was crazy long. Ooh, we got a scroll down there. I'm so annoyed that mushroom did damage to me. Oh, I was doing fine until that mushroom. They don't normally group them up like that, so I wasn't expecting a 3rd mushroom. Bastard. Hey, money. Make sure you don't miss your guard duty outside the monsters room. Wasn't easy to chain up. Wouldn't like to have to do it all over again. Cute. Yeah, no, this world is fun. I don't see Dark Souls being fun. Just checked, original Trek was 79. Damn. They did pretty good for a sci-fi series in the 60s. Given the fact that sci-fi wasn't exactly the most prevalent genre in the 60s. The fact that they got away with that is pretty cool, actually. And I do love the show, but it is... it is one of those shows where I have to really be in the mood. For original Trek, whereas Deep Space Nine, Voyager, TNG, those are a little more easy to, and Enterprise even, they're a little more easy for me to just casually jump in when I'm just in the mood and just hop into an episode. The original series, I find it a little harder to just casually watch. Like, I have to very specifically be in the mood. I don't know. Picard and TNG episode 80. Oh, God. Dark Souls is a lot sillier than one might expect. Chemist 2. I'm trying to remember Chemist 2. There's so many planets in Star Trek. I don't know them all off the top of my head. Oh, okay. That was their way of saying that. That's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. I like that. That's very cool. I did not know that. Wait for him to get away, and... oh, there's a tentacle. Alright. Come and get me, tentacle. Tentacle? Oh, I guess the tentacle can't pop up with this roof right here. Oh, no, he was just being lazy. Never mind. I like that they did that, though. TNG, man, TNG had some growing pains. Like, they did not think that they were going to make it. Oof. It's astonishing that we have Star Trek as we do now, because they almost didn't get the chance to shine. And how heartbreaking would that be as a Star Trek fan to not have Star Trek ever reach its potential? Ooh. I like the one we got. Alright, there's the exit. I'm still missing a sewer key, so there's an enemy coming up that'll have it. Another freaking mushroom. These things are the bane of my sewer existence. Hate them. Oop, more wings of the crow. 605. Okay, not as good as the ones I got. Yeah, no, I've been hitting up a lot of old episodes of Voyager lately. Ever since Robert Picardo started popping up in Starfleet Academy, I've gotten in the mood to. I've been rewatching a lot of the Doctor episodes. Specifically, I'm focusing on the Doctor episodes. So, you know, the episode where he's kidnapped and on the hospital ship. Oh, such a good episode. The episode where he falls in love for the first time with the woman with the phage. I love that episode. His opera episode. Fun episode. The episode where he has to heal his maker. Fun episode. Like any of his away mission episodes. I love the Doctor. He was my favorite character. Alright, let's see if I could find a better giant killer. So survival. Nope. Should all just be tonics. Because that's the only syringe kind of item I think I have unlocked. Alright. There should still be an enemy somewhere. Or I guess not. Alright, there's only 2 keys on this one. Usually there's 3. It's weird. The problem with early TNG is it was a different time frame. So while Roddenberry had good ideas, what worked in the 60s didn't always work in the 80s. Yeah, but that was the problem with early Trek, is they were still trying to be the 60s. They weren't trying to embrace the change. Like, that's why season 3 through 7 is peak Star Trek TNG. Because they finally just embraced, like, we are Star Trek, but we're a different Star Trek. So they fully embraced the tone of what we consider to be modern TNG era Star Trek. Whereas the first 2 seasons, they're still kind of trying to be a little bit the original series. You know, a little campy, a little melodramatic, a little soap opera-y. And they benefited from just going full, you know, science fiction, full, you know, science nerds, full Star Trek. You know, full morality plays. Alright. So I've got support for the extra damage. I want vengeance, because if I get punched, I take less damage. Which is good, and I deal more damage. Vengeance, I think, is a good one. So this is a spread of mutations I actually really like. With the equipment I currently have. Watching Starfleet Academy, in hindsight, I'm not surprised that Klingon hooked up with the Jem'Hadar. If there was ever a match made in Klingon Hell, in Greethor, it was the Jem'Hadar. Like, they're perfect for each other, and I love it. I adore that character, by the way. She's a fun character. A half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar. Ah, such a fun character. Okay, boss fight. but it's a very manageable boss. So this is actually the boss that scares me the least in the game. He could still kill me. Like, if I get cocky or just make mistakes, this boss could still absolutely kill me. But this boss is, in my opinion, the least scary of all the bosses. Conjunctivius. A name that took me a little while to figure out how to pronounce. Ha! Perfect parry. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, he almost got me. Ow. Freaking lightning. Oh, damn it. Oh, missed that. Ah, I hit the button. Come on. All right. I'm gonna heal up after this wave. All right, keep an eye out for the Sidewinder. There we go. I'm trying to get better about that damn Sidewinder tentacle. It always tags me. Oop, I got him. Okay. Conjunctivius. Down. Yeah, still don't want to get cocky, but there we go. 2 boss cells, Conjunctivius. I've never beaten this fight without taking damage, and I've tried so hard. Ooh, Tesla Coil 6. That is better. Take it. Ooh, and it covers the ground with oil that burns. That's actually really good. 2 warrior races. No, I've already read that. I pity the people under her in the college, though. Do you pity them? Oh, I envy them. I think she would make the best trainer. Oh, like, I really think she would make the absolute best trainer. She's fun. Ooh, should I go up or should I go down? The Slumbering Sanctuary does have. I think I'm going to go for the Slumbering Sanctuary. Yeah. I haven't been there in a minute. And that is a fun map. I like this map. But for lack of a better term, she's the drill sergeant from hell. Yeah, she is. But that's what's beautiful about her from an entertainment standpoint. If I were one of the kids, I'd probably be in hell. But luckily, I'm not one of the kids. Put all of my cells into getting S quality items. Okay, good. A health flask. Won't use it just yet, because maybe I'll find some food. I've already gotten my mutations. You know, one thing I should have done before that fight was upgrade my magic missiles and my giant killer. Oh, I should upgrade the magic missiles, hold off on the giant killer until the next boss round. Because the giant killer, its perk is really just, it does extra damage to elites and bosses. You know, good DPS in a pinch. But I might find a better one than a 4. Magic missiles, I'd love to find a better one, but there's no guarantee. But yeah, I should have done that earlier. Upgrade the Tesla coil also. hold off on the wings for the moment. Just in case I find better equipment. Like, I could find 9s. They do make them in 9. Oh, beautiful. I almost never get that to work. Normally I get stunned on the ground. We had many Klingon and human hybrids over the treks, and we briefly had a Trillin Klingon hybrid. So it makes sense they would try something different. Oh, man. A freaking B'Elanna. Freaking B'Elanna was so weird. I love her, but she was so weird. Alright. I need you to move. You're not gonna move. Alright. I'll just fly over your head. God, I never know how to control that. Well, not, at least not when you're going up and down. Okay, I see him. You cowardly teleporty bitch. They blew up my Tesla coil. Alexander. Alexander Rozhenko. There's a character that we had a lot of fun with in the series. Ah! Alright, I'll just parry you to death. You think he'd get the hint? Maybe I should stop shooting up there. Nah, I'm good. Alright, where's this bastard hiding? Are you just standing over there? Yeah, you're standing in the corner. Alright. Alright. There we go. Man, the flying with the Raven thing is hard to control when you're dealing with, like, any kind of platforms. It's hard to figure out how to go up and down without going too far up or too far down. I read somewhere they recast Alexander after his first appearance since the first child actor was too timid for what they wanted. Yeah, you can't have a timid kid playing Worf's son. Nothing about that would have worked. Unfortunately. Okay, good. I'm playing like a coward, 'cause I want to beat 2 boss cells. Wrong button. You're just gonna hide over there? Alright, throw it that way then. You cowardly coward. Well, that's what you get. Nice. Now the invisible people are revealed. Whew. The kid was good in the role. He just wouldn't work with what they wanted. Unfortunately, like, it does happen. Like, that's happened in a bunch of shows over the years, where they've gotten somebody and then that person just didn't work for the larger role, so then they recast them. Nice. Do I have, let me check on this. My shots do pierce the target. Nice. I didn't know I had piercing on this magic missile. That's a damn good perk to have. Okay, we got a door down here. Oh, Alexander. Poor kid never stood a chance. He had the worst father in the history of science fiction fathers. Like, he really did. Worf is the worst sci-fi dad, like, in the history of sci-fi dads. And that is saying something. There's some bad sci-fi dads. Poor Alexander. Alright, I think he's alone. I almost didn't get that parry in. Whew. Bastard didn't want to die. I've seen worse fathers in shows, but they weren't in Shrek. Okay, I've seen worse fathers in general TV shows, yes. But in Star Trek? No. No, there's no worse father in Star Trek. Like, he will always bear the brunt of that. Like, he is the worst dad in the history of Star Trek. I know the Papman agrees. I know he agrees. He and I have talked about this many times over the years. But, like, he does everything wrong. Every bad decision he can make, he makes. It's almost horrendous. I mean, in fairness, Worf did have this thrown at his feet and failed but tried to do the right thing. But he still fails miserably. Like, there's plenty of TV and movie fathers and mothers, parents. There's plenty of TV and movie parents who did not ask to be parents, who had the life thrust on them, who have not been prepared, not been ready, who have done far, far better jobs. Oh, I don't know if you can shoot these open by mistake. I do not want a cursed chest. Just because I take one little bit of damage and my entire run is over. I love how careful I'm playing. Alright, before I go through this... Ah! Or just go through the door. I made a joke about it in my Subnautica video. Oh, did you? I think I vaguely remember that. That sounds familiar. I'd rather have him over the Hansons. At least Worf tried to think of his child's welfare. Bad a job as he did. Did he try to think of his child's welfare? I feel like he just kind of passed the kid off. Huh, will I get something new if I do this without smashing the doors? Because I already did this once without smashing the doors. But like... Emergency door blueprint. Oh, maybe I died and didn't get that last time. Oh, that's right, I did die. So no, I had to do that. Yay, I got a new blueprint. Now I just have to not die. Easier said than done on 2 boss cell. He sent him to a safe location. He abandoned him. Like, and he also sent him to a place that was absolutely not equipped to handle him. Like, his human parents had no grasp or concept of what Alexander needed. Like, they were good people, but they weren't the right parents for him. Unlike the Hansons, who were like, let's take our daughter into this unknown region of space and follow the Borg. I mean, they didn't know what the Borg were. They were xenoarchaeologists. Like, they were just doing their job. Like, would it have been worse if they had abandoned their child for years? Ugh. Holy hell. Yeah, not okay. There was a lot of enemies up there. Okay, I think I need to kill these ones. Shoot me. With parries. Shoot me. Shoot me. Do it. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Hit me. Hit me. Little by little, I seal your doom. What's his health at? Damn it. He's so close to death. Okay. One less big threat. Oh, I know, I agree. The only good thing he did was send him to his grandparents to raise. We saw what happened after that. Well, again, I don't think that that was a good thing that he did. Because they were not the right people to raise Alexander. And also, it wasn't fair to them. Like, you know, not to be mean, but they were old people. They weren't looking to start a new family. Like, Worf is a piece of shit. Oh, but it's the way of the warrior. Dude, your parents didn't ask to raise a second kid. Like, decades after they already raised a kid. Like, oh, what an asshole. Don't even get me started on Ezri's mother. Well, Ezri's mother was a whole different thing. That's why she got her own episode. Okay. Son of a bitch. This was a very dangerous area. Oh, I made the right decision putting a trap up there because I didn't know if anything else was up there with him. Oh, I made the right call there. Whew. I got hit once and lost a bunch of health. Oh. 2 boss cell is no joke. Anything could kill you. Anything. It explains why Ezri was such a basket case, though. I love Ezri so much. Yes, her character never gets the development she deserves, but I love her. I love her all the same. I can relate to a lot of her. Speaking of someone who had a grandmother that, like that, looking back, my grandma was also very like that. Yeah, you and I had similar grandmothers then. My grandma was a complicated woman. I loved her very much, but she did some things that, with the benefit of being an adult, I can look back on and say, like, ooh, she was not as good of a person as I thought she was. Alright, this area is now activated. Let's go back to the beginning and fight through this entire area again with much more dangerous enemies. This guy's pretty dangerous. But as long as I can take him out with magic missiles, he's not so bad. Okay, got him. He's scary because if he does hit you, he just jacks you up. I lived with mine for a few years. Looking back, much as I love her, she was something and a bit of a control freak. I also lived with my grandma for a few years. She moved in with us for a few years there when I was young. And I don't know. There were things I just didn't know about her that were not good things. I don't know. She was a complicated woman. Oh, shit. Alright, I wasn't gonna jump down here yet. Holy shit. Alright, I guess I'm healing. What hit me? Oh, there was a bomber down there also. God damn. Miad was the opposite. We moved in with her. Ah, okay. Yeah, she moved in with us. I don't remember the circumstances, but I remember they weren't good. And I remember it caused a lot of, like, tension. A lot of tension. Nice. No, I loved my grandma very much, but she did not treat my mother very well. She treated me pretty well. Like, she treated her grandkids pretty well. But she didn't treat her own daughter, her daughters very well. And that's something that, that's kind of what I remember about her most, is how she really didn't treat her own daughters very well. Like, certain things she did that were really, really bad. Alright, I'm going to use Homunculus to scout. Just to scout. Okay, so we got a little guy right there. Then we got that. I mean, I could use the Homunculus to take out the... I am playing it safe. So yeah, okay, I'll use the Homunculus to take out their shields. It's a coward's tactic, but I'm on 2 boss cell, and I really want to unlock future boss cells. So, and frankly, I feel like I need to play like a coward in order to, because I can fight my way through bosses. But it's the levels that are just the killer. All right, there we go. It's the levels that will fuck you up. Alright, wait for Greenie to get right underneath me. Nice. Ooh, I got food down there. Not as bad as Esri's mother's. My grandma... Oh... To my mother, my grandma was as bad as Esri's mother. To me, though, she was a wonderful grandmother. Like, I'm gonna leave this food here in case I need to heal. Like, she treated her grandkids with a lot of love. Part of me thinks that maybe there was the subconscious, subliminal, like, she knows how bad of a mother she was. And so she tried to make up for it with her grandkids. Whew. Alright. The teleporty bastards always scare me. Because if I make a mistake and just screw up the timing on the dodges, I think they could probably one-hit me. Maybe. It's possible. I've already been in this door, so yeah, don't go back in there. This is the most cowardly 2 boss cell run ever, but you know what? I'm making progress. Mine was 2 when she wasn't literally telling me what to wear and how short to keep my hair. Oh my god. She was that kind of controlling. Ooh, I know she did that to my mother when she was a kid. But she definitely didn't do any of that with me. Or my sister. I think she knew it just wasn't her place to try to be a mother to other people's kids. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. That sucks. Okay, well, this is why I left that chicken down there. I'll be able to heal up to full. Okay. Whew. I think she was like that since she wasn't there for some of her children when they were young, so she went overboard. That is a very strong possibility. My grandma, I think, showed me and my sister a lot of love for the exact reason, because I think she knew how bad she was to her own daughters, and so she. Okay, here's how bad my grandma was to her kids. So this was like way back in the day, back when fathers rarely ever got custody. The judge and the kids all, like, the judge totally was on board with my mom and her sister getting raised by the father, but then the kids begged to be raised by the father. And the judge was completely okay with it because they're like, yeah, we get it. That mother is no bueno. I'm gonna do some scouting here with Homunculus. I want to see what else is up there. Ah, I didn't mean to attack you. That was an accident. I mean, I guess Homunculus, I try not to cheese the Homunculus. I try to use it only for scouting. Occasionally, I'll use it to take out, like, a flying bat. Alright, I'm trying to get a look up there. Ah, no, I don't want to attack you. Okay, anything else spawning up there that's going to threaten me? No. Alright. Oh, shit. Oh, well, he's dead. Now I just got to worry about the big scary boy. I was the only grandchild that lived nearby, so that might be why it was me more than the other grandchildren. Yeah, I was basically the only grandchild because my sister was complicated. Oh boy, we had a complicated family. Got him. Oh, I was worried about that one. I stopped talking on that one. Those big guys are scary. Alright, I've already been that way. So yeah, my sister was really bad. She took after my father, whereas I'm like a big giant nerd that took after my mom. So I'm boring, I'm simple. Like, yeah, I'm rambunctious and I'm rebellious. I don't like authority, but like I'm still like polite and fairly well behaved and pretty level-headed. Whereas my sister was very stupid, to say the least. So my sister was the kind of person where she kept stealing my mom's jewelry and selling it at pawn shops, to the point where my mom eventually got security camera footage showing that she was selling her shit at pawn shops. She tried to steal my mom's car once and crashed the car in the garage because she was so stupid she didn't open the damn garage. She literally turned on the car and reversed into the closed garage door. Like, not exactly the crime of the century. I don't think you were gonna get away with it. You didn't open the garage. And she just did a lot of scummy things that were really bad. I shouldn't be disparaging my sister, because I know there's complicated stuff going on with her right now. She's actually kind of missing right now, and I shouldn't be I'm sure she's fine. Hey, it's Mothy. How are you doing, my main man? Like, I say she's missing. That's a strong term. She does this all the time. She just goes off the grid, and nobody knows where she is for a very long time. But right now, my mom's just really worried because it's been a while. Like, I don't think anybody's heard from her in like 6 or 7 months. It's not uncommon, but it's just, it always scares the hell out of my mom. I have no real connection to my sister, so it, like, I wish her well, but I don't know. It's complicated. Got him. I'm doing pretty good, Mothy. I'm actually having a really good day. Work was astonishingly great. Like, time went by so fast. I couldn't even believe it when suddenly I looked at the clock and it was like, oh, it's time to go home. Jesus. Like, it was the best thing in the world. Usually I look at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, only an hour has gone by? It feels like I've been here for 30 years. But today I looked at the clock and it's like, oh my God, it's time to go home? Fuck yeah. Ah, that's a big guy. That's a big guy. All right. All right. Damn it. Holy hell, he did 3/4 of my health in one punch. I'll heal up for that. I don't know what that guy was doing. Yeah, I understand one of my older cousins did that. He disappeared for over a decade and they found out thanks to a PI. He was living in Nebraska. Yeah, my sister isn't doing anything cool like that, unfortunately. My sister's probably, and this isn't me being disparaging of my sister in any way. This is just going off of past experience and knowing what I know about my sister. There's a very real possibility she's in like a meth house in Las Vegas. Like just some random drug house in Las Vegas. Like a very real possibility, and we won't know for a very long time whether or not that's actually what's going on with her or not. But she's yeah, she's complicated. I'm actually not really that worried about this guy. Really, the only enemies that actually worry me on this map are the big giant fire teleporty guy, and then kind of these guys if you get too close to them. They can actually be really lethal if you get close to them. I feel the same way actually. 11 hours into my shift and there's less than an hour left. Feels like I've been here for 5 hours. Those are the best shifts, aren't they? The shifts that just go by fast. Oh, like I couldn't believe it when so a couple of the people I was working with today, they left a half hour. I knew that they were leaving a half hour before I was. So I had a good frame of reference for, cause they got, so yeah, I knew they were leaving a half hour before me. So cause I work like early midnight kind of hours. So, they left at 8:30 a.m. and when they're like, okay, it's time for us to go turn in our equipment and go home. And I'm just like, I just barely got here and you're already leaving? That's not possible. I pulled out the work phone and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I've got 30 minutes left. What the hell? How did that happen? I was blown away. Best thing ever. Never got the entire story, but he was a lot of issues. Yeah, my sister's a lot of issues. Now the thing with me is I'm just not close with my sister. My sister was very bad to me, Selah, as a kid. She literally tortured me. She's actually probably a big part of the reason why I have serious trust issues. Like she literally tortured me. Like she stabbed me. Like kind of tortured me. Like she, like my mom would go out of town and she would like lock me out of the house for days at a time. So I'd be like sleeping in the backyard, or I'd be like finding a cardboard box in the backyard to stay warm. Like kinda like she would do that kind of shit to me. Like she tried to burn my my bassinet. She tried to burn me alive when I was a baby. True story. That's actually a true story. Yeah, that's a real story. She tried to burn my my nursery. when I was a baby. Same here, actually. One of my older cousins had a huge fight with his father and left the country for the UK. Turns out 3 decades later, he's doing well and in a metal band. That's awesome. Pretty wild stuff to see what he turned into, judging by our culture. Sorry you had to go through that, dude. And it's fine. You know, family. Like, I don't, like, my sister didn't, like, if she did emotionally damage me, it's, like, on the subconscious level to the point where that's why I have trust issues, but it's nothing that haunts me. Like, it's nothing that keeps me up at night. I don't have nightmares about it or anything. Like, I hated her. And here's the thing. When I was a kid, I even told her, like, if, like, I'm never gonna talk to you again when we get older. Like, if you don't start treating me better, I'm never gonna have anything to do with you. And I think she didn't think I was serious. I haven't talked to her since... I don't think I've talked to her in 26 years. I think since around, like, the year 2000. And I have no regrets on that. None. Not even the slightest qualm about not talking to my own sister. I have no desire to. None. She tortured me. I hated her. And she never let up. She never stopped. To the point where my mom eventually, I'm getting real here. My mom eventually kicked her out of the house because she saw what she was doing to me. My mom eventually had no choice but she made the choice to kick her out because she saw what she was turning me into. Like, she was making me an unbelievably angry, fucked up person with issues. Like, like, she was making me very angry because she was... Oh, no. I'm fine talking about anything. If I didn't want to talk about something, I wouldn't talk about it. Don't worry. Like, yeah. No, I'm choosing to talk about this. Like, if this was not a topic I was not comfortable with, I would not have brought it up. Trust me. Not in a million years of would I have brought it up. Damn it. Freaking shield down there. Ah, fuck. That teleporty guy will jack me up. Alright, you know what? Before I go after that teleporty guy, I'm gonna backtrack and go the other path. Are any of the topics we ever talk about the most comfy topic? Like, nah. Life isn't a comfy topic. No, we're fine. The only reason I might sound weird is not because I'm uncomfortable talking about this. It's because I'm playing 2 boss cell on Dead Cells. So I'm trying not to die. So it's making me it's making my conversation very sporadic. It's really hard to focus down when I'm really trying not to die. Shit. I really don't want to fight those specific guys. Because if I make one mistake, they just jack me up. Alright. I got him, though. I got lucky. What kind of food do they like? Oh, I guess I missed something. Hang on. Sorry. We got into real talk. Alright, I'm gonna backtrack because I guess I missed a few things while I was talking. From what I could gather, my aunt was no parent of the year. 3/4 of her children had issues and turned to drugs. Yeah, my sister turned to drugs. My sister regularly turns to drugs. Though at least one got clean. I think she's gotten clean a few times. And he lived with his brother who was religious when he tried to get clean, but said brother is hardcore religious and it might have caused issues between them. I'm sorry to hear that, Sayla. I really am. Yeah, hardcore religious That's not always an easy thing to live with, especially if you're a person who really needs some understanding, because hardcore religious is not about understanding. Oh, at least what I've seen. Would you guys suggest I go eat with my friends to eat tomorrow? We can't decide. Ooh. We're animals. Going to a nice place or a fast food place. Here's a comfy topic. I finished the Way Out video. Hey, Papman finished his next video game video. Everybody give a little shout out to the Papman. He's been putting off finishing that video for what feels like months now. Way to go, the Papman. Ooh, as for what food? Ooh, what food? Yeah, good job, Papman. I'm proud of you. I know that one's been one you've been wrestling with. Alright. We got a knife guy, an explodey barrel guy. We got a wizard. Okay, neither of them particularly scares me. I just gotta get them alone. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time, man. We appreciate you providing us great entertainment, and it's a great time we're spending with you. I appreciate that, Mothy. No, I'm never against getting real on talks. Like, I like getting real on talks. Why not? Like, I'm emotionally healthy enough. Like, yeah, I've got issues. I've got baggage. I'm emotionally healthy enough. I can talk about stuff. Whatever. Like, even stuff that really, like, gets to me. I can talk about it. I screwed up that jump. Like, yeah, no. I'm good with the trauma of my past. Made peace with it. Ooh, I missed the Skyrim message. Hang on. Let me go back to that. Been playing Skyrim. Dude. Oh, Sayla. Every time you talk about Skyrim, it kind of makes me want to start a Skyrim playthrough again. Skyrim actually might be a fun game for me to alternate between Skyrim and Dead Cells, because Skyrim is I find that game so relaxing. Got the werewolf ability. Not sure how often I'll use it once it's maxed out mainly. Got it to cancel out the vampire ability. Yeah, I think I might go full summoner on the next one I play. Because last time I played, I was doing summoner, but I stopped mid playthrough. So I think I'm going to have to go back and do that. It's just fun. I don't know. I kind of like having minions do the work for me. Mainly fast food, but nice dining in is always an option. I don't like nice dining like places, personally. I know I'm weird like that. I don't like fast food either. I like making my own food. I like preparing my own food. I don't like fast food because the food is shit. It tastes fine, but like it's not good for you. And I don't like fancy food, like nice dining in, because I just feel uncomfortable. Nice dining in. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. Something about it just makes me feel weird. I'm a freak. I don't know. So I just prefer making food in my apartment. My 40-year-old gamer problem. Video broke 1,000 views, which I've never had a video do before. So that was astounding. Dude, the Papman. I forgot. He told me that not too long ago. His video, the last one he made, got over 1,000 views. And I know some people would probably roll their eyes at that. That's a lot of views. So, like, I think that's pretty awesome. Mom and pop places. Yes, the best not fast food. The best food places I've ever eaten are mom and pop places. I agree with that. I'm from the Middle East. We don't have that. Oh, you don't have mom and pop places? Aw. Sad. I didn't know you guys didn't have, like, any kind of, like family-founded businesses. You only have, like more official places? Like, you don't have, like, small town, like, privately owned restaurants? Like, those are the best places I've eaten in terms of that. I don't know. Cons for werewolf were not as bad as the Owens for vampire. I never got around to playing with the vampire stuff very much. Am I falling behind with not playing Skyrim? Skyrim is fun. Mothy, if you haven't played Skyrim, you should play Skyrim. Oh, you guys were talking about Mom and Pop. All right. I'm so far behind. Yeah, so, yeah, Mothy, Sayla explained it also. Yeah, Mom and Pop, places that aren't major franchises. Privately owned places. Yeah, Mom and Pop places are the best places to go. Like, whenever I do eat out, I always go to smaller owned places. I don't go to chain places like Red Robin or Red Lobster. A lot of Reds. The U.S. is weird. I just didn't know Mom and Pop places. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That's fair. Never touched Skyrim. My girlfriend has been on my booty about it. I'll do a playthrough with her then. Tell your girlfriend to not get off your ass about that. Skyrim is a great game. I know that Patman is not the biggest Skyrim fan. He could never really get into it. But, like, almost everyone else I know that's a gamer fell in love with Skyrim. Like, they recognize the awesomeness of Skyrim. Alright, I'm just using the homunculus to scout. So we got a bomber. We got... Now I can start playing the game again now that I'm caught up on chat. Got another bomber down there. I can appreciate a good RPG game. I just haven't played many of them. I can name like 2 I played. Hey, if they're not your thing, they're not your thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is a fun game, man. Like, I think it's a fun game. Farts. Got him. God, one hit takes so much health. God. Alright, I found an exit in case I just choose to run. In case it gets to the point where I'm gonna die. I found an exit. I'd rather go to the Sepulcher than the Clock Tower. Clock Tower's fine. I like the Sepulcher. Clock Tower might be easier though. And this is 2 boss cell, so I don't know. Maybe the Clock Tower. I played through Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077, one of my all-time faves. Ah, now you're speaking the Patman's language. Cyberpunk 2077. Somebody I work with today was talking about Cyberpunk. And, like, it just keeps reminding me that I just haven't gotten around to playing it. It's on my list. It's on my list. Dead Cells has come out of nowhere and really taken up a lot of my energy. How? He hit me from there? Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna heal. I don't want to waste my heals, but I need to heal. Because... yeah, I don't want to chance it. I could go through the Clock Tower now. I probably should go through the Clock Tower now. I don't love the Clock Tower, though. I do love the Sepulcher. It's the Sepulcher's up there. It has to be. Ugh. I just get overwhelmed from the amount of abilities and things to do, all the different mechanics and the buffs and nerfs. It gets exhausting for my ADHD brain. That's fair. That is fair. I had this one memory of my cousin when I was little. It was over 20 years between us, and he came down to visit, and I was watching G1 Transformers, and he came in and watched it with me. Great show. Oh, man. Freaking Transformers. I have a lot of good memories of Transformers. Oh, I should play it safe and probably go the Clock Tower, right? Yeah, I'm on 2 boss cell. Autobots, roll out. Good Transformers. No offense to the movies. Most of the live action movies, I like the first one. I like the first live-action movie a lot. I like the newest one with the like the Beast transformations. I forget what they're called. The Maximals. I did like that movie. But in terms of Transformers, I like the original cartoon a lot, and I liked they did one of the 3D animated shows. I don't know, like 2012-ish, maybe 2016. I actually thought was pretty good. I don't remember which one it was. Beast Wars. Yeah, that was it. Here's this little, I want to say, 7-year-old and this 28-year-old sitting in front of the TV watching this cartoon. Hey, you know what? I watch cartoons, and I'm in my 30s, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Anyone here saw Wake Up Dead Man? I have seen Wake Up Dead Man. I really liked it. I liked it better than the second Knives Out. Like, I don't think it was as good as the original Knives Out, but Wake Up Dead Man I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a fun, compelling little whodunit. Like, I was drawn in. I thought it was a good story. I thought it was interesting. It kept you guessing. It had great performances. I really liked Wake Up Dead Man. So, yeah, if you liked the first two Knives Out, Mothy, I highly recommend giving it a chance. Again, I liked it better than 2. 2 wasn't bad. I enjoyed 2. But 1 just had like that lightning in a bottle, like, I don't know, just like captured magic. Like the original. And then 2 tried to recapture that magic. It was fine. It wasn't bad. I love the first one. 2 was a bit meh to me. I'm hoping this one would. Yeah, see, you kind of agree with me on that one, Mothy. Like, yeah, 2 was fine. I think the memory stays with me since 1. I didn't see this cousin often, and 2, it was the last time I saw him before he disappeared winding up in Nebraska decades later. Yeah, that memory would stay with you, that's for sure. I've got some memories like that as a kid. Like, I've got some memories with my grandma like that as a kid, where, like, even though some weird things were going on in real life, like I remember this one time, I think she was trying to butter me up because she didn't want me to notice, like, certain things she was being, like, mean about with my mom. So she bought me a Nintendo 64 game, and she just sat in the room watching me play it. The game was Quest 64. Not exactly the most beloved Nintendo 64 game. I do think it's a good game. Not a great game, but a good game. But I remember it was just a nice moment where she was like it was my hobby, and I always felt like it was my hobby, but that my parents and grandparents didn't really give a shit. They just thought it was a dumb kid thing I did. And that was the first time, like, an adult ever just kind of paid attention and took in the story of one of the video games that I loved. And it kind of made me feel like more of a grown-up as a result. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. So that's a memory that always stuck with me. And that, I don't feel like that was that long before my grandma died. It was maybe a year before my grandma died. So, like, I don't know, that memory always kind of sticks with me. Alright, I really kept shooting to make sure they were dead. Dude, Pat, I wish you were watching this. Look how gorgeous this game is, by the way. Oh, you're not going to get this in Dark Souls. Oh, that view. You're not going to get a colorful, vibrant view like that in Dark Souls. It's all edgelord gray. It's all Zack Snyder. I agree, Wake Up Dead Man was better than Glass Onion. Yeah, Glass Onion was trying to be quirky, but I think it was trying too hard. In a series that lives and dies on the performances of its leads, Dead Man excelled. Dead Man's performances were top-notch, dude. I agree completely. The The performances are what really drew me in Wake Up Dead Man. I absolutely loved the performances. But yeah, like Glass Onion, the big issue I had with Glass Onion was it was trying too hard, right? Like that's what I feel like it was doing. It was trying too hard. Yeah, let me check something really quick. Hang on. Okay, good. Wanted to make sure my hard drive wasn't running out of room. I know I was running low on room last time I checked. But yeah, I think Wake Up Dead Man was leaps and bounds beyond Glass Onion. Glass Onion was a neat little diversion, but it was just trying too hard to be quirky, whereas the original was just lightning in a bottle. It was great because it was great. And then Wake Up Dead Man just kind of embraced what made the original great and kind of got back to that. It just told its own unique story with great characters. The cast was fucked in Knives Out 1. 2's cast was great, just not a very great story. Yeah, the story was lame, and I didn't think the setting was very interesting. The creepy, like, Epstein Island. Like, I don't know. It didn't really do it for me. The third is looking great by your opinions, too. I'm looking forward to it. No, the third was great. The third also has a lot of great philosophical and, like, ethical conversations that I think are really great. I didn't even know they released a third one until a week ago. I think they released it around Christmas. I think. It's been a while. Oh, the art is beautiful. Yeah, the art is gorgeous in this game, dude. Like, I could just gobble up the art. Blah, 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 blah. Like, and I haven't even seen all the levels yet. Like, I can't wait to go into the Castlevania levels. Alright. Well, I'm definitely playing slow because I'm focusing so hard on chat, but maybe the slow playing is a good thing because it's keeping me alive. One memory I have of my grandmother, she wasn't known for laughing. Neither was my grandma. Anyway, I was watching Bon Voyage Charlie Brown. Ah, that's a nice one. And my grandmother was on the phone with my aunt in the same room, and when it got to the part with Snoopy driving, my grandmother busted up laughing. My grandma also wasn't very known for her, like, laughter so much. Like, not really, but I remember I would always go over to her house and we would watch, like, really old TV shows. Like, old TV shows. Like, we would watch, like, I Love Lucy together. We would watch Bewitched together. I got into them because I liked spending time with my grandma. And so, like, I haven't watched any of them in decades. But, like, when I was a kid, I loved watching them because I loved spending time with my grandma. So we'd watch, like, I Dream a Genie, Bewitched, I Love Lucy, all those shows. And I just remember, I always remember, like, she never really, like, laughed out loud. That's something that always kind of stuck with me. Like I'm pretty sure she was enjoying what we were watching, but, like, she never really showed it. I always found that fascinating. But I did love spending time with my grandma. She was always nice to me. She would make me, she knew I loved Stover's macaroni. I was obsessed with Stover's macaroni. So she would always buy me Stover's macaroni, and then we would watch a bunch of those old shows together. And it was something I looked forward to. It was nice. I don't know. I miss my grandma. In spite of the fact that she wasn't the best person to everybody in her life, I miss her. Like, I don't know. She was always really good to me. Was just thinking about it being like, oh, yeah, you were just thinking about it being like Epstein Island. Yeah, no. When I think of Knives Out 2, all I think of is a creepy rich person's island. And right now, when I think of a creepy rich person's island, all I can think about is Jeffrey Epstein. Ugh. As soon as I thought it, you said it. Yeah, great minds, Mothy. Or fucked up minds. Either way, great fucked up minds. Video is uploading. Nice to have that done. Now I need to finish Titanfall 2. Dude, I'm looking forward to your Titanfall. I actually know a lot more about Titanfall. So, I'd be very curious to hear that. Titanfall 2 is a fun one. I miss my grandma. Yeah, I miss my grandma. When my mom pissed her off, she used to say, when I was delivering you, the skies were raining shit. Jesus Christ. That's awesome. My grandma never said anything like that. I do too, even if it sounds like the opposite sometimes. Yeah. Titanfall 2 was so goated. Titanfall 2 was a great game. I never finished it, but I loved what I played, and I've watched so many speedruns of it. The GDQ stage often gets, Arab grandmas are something else, man. I unfortunately would not know on that one. I have no personal experience with Arab grandmothers, so I'll have to take your word for that one. They're either the best or worst people. I think that's true of like any family member. Like they could either be the best or the worst. I want to miss my grandma, but alas, she's still alive. Alas, she's still alive. Jesus. Are you not close to your grandma? Ah, the bell puzzle. Screw this bell puzzle. Ah! I just noticed. I thought that was a different enemy. Shit. They're so fast. Alright. At this point, I'm just trying to survive. Okay, the bomber. Shit. Oh, I'm taking so much damage. Yeah, I am definitely still not very good at this game. I love it, but I'm definitely not good at the harder difficulties of this game. Also, I am very distracted with chat. So I play this game a lot worse when I'm streaming. A lot worse. It's not even close. I miss playing this game. Glad you're enjoying it, dude. I love this game. It's just, I'm finding 2 boss cell really hard. Like 1 boss cell was fine. Like I'm pretty good at 1 boss cell. 2 boss cell, I get decimated by the hordes of enemies. Like the bosses, I'm okay. But it's the maps that are just destroying me. Ugh. You should pick up Dead Cells again though, Madi. Fun game. When I was in Iraq, there were a couple little grandmas who ran the on-post bazaar, and they were super nice. Let you try free samples of anything you were unsure of. Oh, that does sound nice. Honestly, that was the only grandparent I got to know well. My grandfather died when I was 4. My other grandmother died before I was born, and never saw my other grandfather due to my parents' divorce. My grandma is a harpy and unfortunately apparently immortal. Apparently evil is good for longevity. I'm sorry to hear that, Patman. Yeah, Sayla. I was close with my mom's mother. So, you know, my grandma on my mom's side. I knew pretty well. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Pat. My father's mother, I knew her. I felt very sorry for her. She was trapped in what I felt like was a very loveless marriage. Like, she was trapped in a very abusive marriage. And I always felt very sorry for her. Her husband was not a kind man. He was very old school Mexican and treated her very badly. I don't want to say any specifics, but like he treated her very badly. So I always felt very sorry for her, but I never really got a chance to know her as a result of, oh, come on. I thought I could duck underneath that, man. And then as for my grandparents, my grandfather on my father's side, as I just said, was a chauvinistic, old school prick. I have no respect for him in any way, shape, or form. I have no emotional attachment to his memory. In any way, shape, or form. My grandfather on my mother's side, unfortunately, I never got to meet. I am told I am very much like him. I am told I look like him, even though I don't think I do in the pictures. I'm told that I have the same sense of humor as him, very dark and fucked up. So much so that I am even named after him. He died like I think as my mom was pregnant with me, so I never actually got to meet him. I wish I could have gotten to meet him. But yeah, my grandparents, you know, just like with most families, complicated history. Oh, I missed a message from Sayla. Hang on. There's an old picture my mother found that has me when I was little sitting with my grandfather before he passed. I wish I could have gotten to know my mom's dad. He was supposed to be very nice. A very good man. There's something similar to this, except it's with my uncle when I was 25 years old. Oh, we all got family problems. Look at us, we're all dumping our family issues. Welcome to our stream, all the 8 people on YouTube and the 1 person on Twitch who were talking about family issues while I sort of play Dead Cells. A problem with not being monetized on YouTube yet is that I can't officially list you as a collaborator on the video, otherwise I would and you would get view credit for it. I'm good with that. Like, I don't need view credit. I'm fine with that. I'm not ever gonna try to monetize on YouTube. I have 0 desire for that. So, like, I'm good with that. I did send a graduation high school to my other grandfather. He sent a reply letter asking for a picture. Oh, graduation announcement. Okay, I was wondering what you meant by that. That's the grandpa whose last name you use, right? Yes. Yes. I was not close with my father's side of the family. But my mother's side of the family was a side of the family I have a lot more in common with and I respect a lot more. My father's side of the family is complicated. Like, my father's brothers, you know, are pretty decent men. But, like, their father was just terrible. And it's hard not to remember that sometimes. Welcome to the trauma dumping stream. Yeah, you're not wrong. Ah. Okay, sword hands here. Oh. Screwed that jump up. I forgot they do that. I forgot they teleport. Ah. Okay. Yeah, fuck you, sword hands. Oh no, I forgot about the splash bombs. No, I'm totally gonna die. We have a Dead Cells Pro on our hands here, guys. Oh, I'm the fucking worst. Again, I am like 90% focusing on chat right now, so I play like shit when I'm like, if I'm playing just on my own free time, I play so much better than this. You have no idea, Mothi. At least in Dead Cells I do. But I'm in the mood to play this right now and to play this on stream. But I don't play it very well on stream. I really don't. This is... Oh no, I'm not blaming the chat. Like, I'm choosing to focus on the chat. Like, I'm making this choice. I could easily choose to not do that. So I'm 100% making the choice. Got him. No, I know you're fucking with me. Ah, oh, damn it. There's a legendary item. I don't know what it is. Alright. Ooh! A kebab. Every bit of healing. Alright, what is this? Telluric shock. I've never used that before. Leap in the air and violently land back on the ground to inflict X amount of damage. Grants a shield upon killing an enemy. I do like that. But you don't stream to be good at games. That is true. I've mentioned this before. The whole point of me streaming is to talk with cool people about cool shit. Or maybe not cool shit. Family trauma isn't necessarily cool. To talk to cool people about shit. Yeah. To talk about stuff. Alright, let's test this out. I've never used this. Oh, that's what this is. One of the enemies has an attack like this. I'm very, very pleased with this video. Thank you so much for lending your voice. I'm excited we collaborated on one of these. I'm still a little sad that I didn't get to do the editing on it, but I'm excited to see what you came up with. Like I was so pumped to do the editing on my portion of it. Like you have no idea how excited I was. I was planning so many ideas, but I'm still very excited to see what you come up with. Like I'm not upset or anything. I'm just like, I was so excited to see the possibilities. All right. Can't make that jump. Ah, what the fuck? What was that? Okay, and that's the end of my boss cell run. I didn't even see there was an enemy there. What the hell was that? I've never ran into that enemy before. All right, good to know. This is... I told you you could. I just didn't think you'd want to. No. I did want to. It's your video. I thought you wanted to, so I wasn't gonna fight you on it. Oh well. I tried. I had a lot of fun though. Like even though I failed on that run, I had a lot of fun. I think that's probably gonna be the end of my stream today though. Ooh, what do we got here? It has a star. Poison has no effect on you. I've never had that before. Besides the Hollow Doctor. Oh, hang on. I missed something. Thinking about it with Starfleet Academy, the one character, if they wanted to bring back besides the Hollow Doctor, not with the original actress due to the time frame, could be Dax. No, yeah, I thought about Dax. Like, it's entirely possible Dax could be at the end of its lifespan, because they'd live for, what, 1,000 years, the worm? The symbiote? So, like, I was thinking about this. Dax could pop up. And I would love to see a very wizened Dax. One that's had another 800 years of experiences under their belt. But one that would have genuine, like, history with the audience, but you could still have a new actor to come in. Sisko could come back. So, it hasn't happened yet in... up to the point where I'm at in the series, but in the trailer, there is an image of Benjamin Sisko in silhouette. So, like, it's entirely possible Sisko could come back. Like, he exists outside of time. So he could 100% come back. Alright, I'm not going to start this run. I'm just going to see what the weapons are here. Okay. Got a shovel and the firebrands. That's actually a pretty good combo. I think I'll probably stick with the magic missile. That's how I survive best on 2 boss cells, I think. Is playing like a coward. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. No, I would love if they brought Dax back. Actually, that's probably my number one wish in Starfleet Academy in terms of, like, if we have a cameo, is I would love to see Dax show up at some point. I was fully expecting in Discovery when they kept teasing that the symbiote, they kept teasing the symbiote that used to be an admiral that eventually joins the crew. Part of me expected that at the end it's like, oh yeah, I used to be called Dax, like, but I changed my name at some point. I don't know. I was expecting something like that. And then they didn't ever do anything with Dax, even though they had a Trill as a character. So, like, I don't know. I still would love to see something done with Dax. I mute the stream to do some work, and I come back and I have zero idea what you guys are talking about. Welcome to my streams, Mothy. We never know what we're going to be talking about from minute to minute. My streams are so random. Wonder how they would pull that if they get the idea, since good luck getting Brooks to reprise the role. See, I just don't think they're going to do it. As much as I want them to, I don't think they're ever going to tackle the Cisco story. I think that story's done. Like, I want them to. I do. I really do. I don't think they're ever going to have to worry about it. I think it's always going to be left up to the imagination of the viewer. You know, which is kind of the ending that they went for. Like, that was always the intention of the ending, was you get to choose kind of what happens to him. Like, does he make it home and we just never find out? Does he never come home? You read any good books lately? Me, I haven't read any good books lately. I was reading, oh, what was it? Give me a second. Let me grab it. I have it in the other room. I was reading The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern, which they wrote another book I really fell in love with called The Starless Sea, which blew me away. So, like, a friend recommended this one to me, and so far, it's very good. Like, it took me a while to get around to start reading it, but yeah, so far it's very, very good. Outside of stock footage, I don't see how it would work. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to tackle it. They always could, but I just don't think they will. Avery Brooks, he's grateful for Star Trek. He's, you know, he has fond memories of working on it. He knows that it's the biggest thing in his career. But there is a lot of baggage there with him in Star Trek also. I know he had to fight for a lot of the storylines that he wanted to get on there. I know he had a lot of issues with a lot of the behind the scenes people. I know there was some treatment every now and again that was not the best. I think there's a comic series about Cisco after the show. Is there? Well, yeah, but it's probably not canon. It's probably Legends, you know, kind of stuff. There used to be multiple novels, but they were retconned out and not the way Star Wars was. Okay. Yeah, because I know I've read. I used to be obsessed with Star Trek books. So, Sayla, it sounds like you've read some of the Star Trek books. I've read a huge chunk of them, and I loved a lot of them. My favorite being the Q Continuum trilogy. There's a series of books with called the Q Continuum trilogy. Fantastic books. Absolutely recommend if you're a Star Trek fan. I still have all my Star Trek books. I gotta find them. They're in storage somewhere. One of the most heartbreaking moments of my life was trying to show you something back when you used to do the Arkham Knight streams, and then getting temporarily banned by Nightbot for posting a link for like 10 seconds. Random, but thought I'd share it. That's funny. That's funny. I remember those Arkham Knight streams. That's a fun game. That's just a delightful game. I'd love to play those too. Hey, I just noticed the temperature right now is 69 degrees. Nice. I remember hearing once that there was a case where someone was yelling at Brooks for something behind the scenes of DS9, and Majel intervened and was like, enough. Yeah, no, Majel? Yeah. Majel was a beloved champion of Star Trek. That's why she kept getting cast as that's why she kept coming back as Lwaxana, why she was the voice of the computers. Yeah, it's why Roddenberry fell in love with her. Like, that's why the audience fell in love with her. Like, she was as good as Lwaxana was. Like, from everything I've heard about her, like, she was as good a human being as Lwaxana was as a character. Like, as annoying as Lwaxana could be, there was nothing but goodness inside of her heart. Like, if you've watched her episodes on TNG, like, there is nothing but goodness in her. Nothing but goodness. And I'm pretty sure the actress was the same way, from what I've heard. Yeah, the two people I've heard really good things about in regard Star Trek, Majel and Leonard. I've also heard everybody's had nothing but praise about Leonard Nimoy. Um, like every single person that ever met him said that he was just one of the most stand-up human beings. But Majel Barrett, man, people gush about Majel Barrett. Yeah, the set mom. Like she she's a huge part of the reason Star Trek became what it was in the first place. Like she kept Star Trek alive. Like in between, like after the original series got canceled, she was a big part of the animated series. And then I know she was also a part of like getting the franchise back up and running again in the first place in the movies. And then she played such a big part on TNG, and she was just always behind the scenes. Like, if I could have met like one person in all of Star Trek, it would have been her. Yeah, LeVar Burton is supposed to be a jewel of a human being. That's what I've heard. That is also what I've heard. She lightened up the Enterprise when it was so serious. She also broke my heart more than almost any recurring character in the history of Star Trek. In the episode, in that episode where you learn a little bit more about her backstory and you learn that she lost a child, I was bawling. Like as a kid, I was bawling. Like she wormed her way into my heart for the rest of my life. Like she earned a respect for me in Dark Page. Like I fell in love with the character. Like I already loved the character, but I fell in love with the character after that episode. If Lucille Ball was the admiral, then Majel was the captain. Yeah, I like that. That's fair. I like that. And Dark Page, yeah, it does explain everything. All right, let's just go get a look at this area again. Look at all the stuff I'm slowly unlocking. Making progress. If you have watched Star Trek Picard all the way through, there's an event that makes a TNG Season 1 episode sadder in hindsight. I have seen all of Star Trek Picard. Oh, yeah. And I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought about this, too. And they never talk about it. But I'll bet you anything, Luoxana would have absolutely been there for her daughter. Because, oh my god, what a shared trauma. Like, oh my god. I was thinking about this when it happened, when they mentioned it in Picard. What a shared trauma. Like, for her to go through the exact same thing. Holy shit, right? Crazy. Oh, slowly upgrading, slowly making progress. I love how often these turn into Star Trek podcasts. I mean, Sayla brought up Star Trek, and I love Star Trek. Sayla brought up Starfleet Academy, and it got me talking about Star Trek. And then it just turns into Star Trek. But it sometimes could be other things. It was Quantum Leap for a few minutes there. It was family trauma. It was some Skyrim talk, some... Not a lot of Dead Cells talk. Almost no Dead Cells talk in a Dead Cells game. Of course, you know... Yeah, my talks are rarely ever about the game. They're usually just random shit that's just on my mind. Picard and the image of his mother. That was what he imagined what he might have been like if she had lived to be elderly. Yeah, that's true. Oh boy. You know, Picard, as much as I do have mixed feelings about the first two seasons, I did like what they did with Picard's mother, in story-wise. Like season 2, I didn't love the time travel story. Season 2 is actually my least favorite of Picard. I did not love the time travel story. And I didn't love how they handled some of the other characters. Like, Elnor was basically written out, but the way they did it was really weird. And they basically didn't know what to do with Data's daughter. So they just made her a different character, and they didn't know what to do with Brent Spiner, so they just made him a different character, and it was weird. Like, I didn't like season 2 very much. I don't know. But I did like the story with Picard's mother. I did like that. I watched the final season of Picard, but the first one was too gory for me, and I didn't like what happened with Icheb. No, most Star Trek fans did not like what happened to Icheb. You are not alone. Most Star Trek fans did not like what happened to Icheb. I did not like what happened to Icheb. What happened to Icheb pissed me off. What happened to Icheb really pissed me off. It did not feel right. Especially given Seven's character. Like, that did not feel right at all. But the first season was pretty gory. Well, for Star Trek. I thought, the Pat Man will disagree with me on this. I thought season 3 was a masterpiece. I thought it recaptured the magic of Next Generation while still keeping kind of the edgy vibe, like, of Picard. One thing I loved about Picard was how they went out of their way to give new stories to the legacy characters. It really made the show fun to watch. I agree with you in season 1. I did not love the time travel story, but I did love the elaboration on why Picard was always the way that he was. Like, explaining the history with his mother and father. Like, I mean, his father fucking made this, like, he helped the Cylons blow up the world. So, like, that guy's his father. Oh, I'd grow up with a stick up my ass too if that was my father. I figured out from the first trailer, it was Icheb. Ow. It was Icheb 7 was holding, but didn't expect how it was going to come out. No, yeah. I think everybody knew it was Icheb from the trailer. But, yeah. That was shocking. That was, like, very shocking. But I did love how they handled the Data story in season 1. Hell, the end of that season made me cry. Like, I thought that was really good. Season 2, I personally thought felt very flat at the end. I didn't think it stuck the landing. Though it was nice having John Delancey back. It was very nice having John Delancey back. Season 3, though, oh, I thought it was magic. I rewatch season 3 pretty regularly. Like once a year now. And they really threw me for a loop the way they were doing all the DS9 nods. I thought the Wraiths were going to be because of Jack's issues, not the Borg. Yeah, right? Yeah. The paw Wraiths. Ah. I'm a little sad we've never gotten another, like, bit of story with the paw Wraiths. I'm not really playing right now. It's okay if I take damage. This isn't a real run. I'm just farting around. Getting in a little bit of last minute conversation before I just end the stream. I did watch the clip where the Borg Queen was running around LA and thought, there goes LA. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't love that part of the time travel story. I don't know. I liked Girardi's story in 2. I wish it went anywhere. Yeah, I like Girardi. I actually like Girardi as a character. Girardi was one of my favorite parts of Picard, actually. I was very sad she wasn't in season 3. I was very sad that they wrote her out. I very much like Alison Pill. Not only from, like, Scott Pilgrim. There's a TV show I really love called The Newsroom that I thought was one of the smartest shows I'd ever seen. And she gave a very strong performance in that show. So, like, I was very excited when she joined Star Trek, and I was sad when they wrote her out. And I liked her character. I thought her character was interesting. Very morally dubious. Though they were obvious from the get-go on who Jack's parents were. I mean, yeah. Hey, not every show gets points for originality. I mean, yeah. Not every show is gonna blow our minds with like, oh, that's the most original idea I've ever heard. It's like, eh. Like, everyone saw it coming from a mile away. Like, everyone. Papa, Papa, you have a son now. I still hope we get the Legacy spinoff, the 7 of 9 show. I want that show really badly. I would watch the hell out of that show. Oh, I'm looking more at chat. Again, I'm not really even playing right now. It's like I'm just doing something while I just get some last minute chatting in. And it felt weird for a minute there when I was just standing there in Dead Cells doing nothing, just talking. You who knew Mr. doesn't like children would father one. Yeah. Thinking of it, one character they could bring in the 7 of 9 show, and he wouldn't need to recast to be Baron Troy. Baron Troy. Baron Troy. Baron Troy. Oh yeah, yeah, they could. That's right. They wouldn't need to recast. That would be interesting. I wonder how they would tackle that. That could be a very interesting storyline. I would like to see that. Loaxana shows up on DS9 pregnant with him. Yeah, she does. That is true. That is very true. That's a fun episode. That's a very fun episode. I love that they brought her into DS9 over and over again. Like, of all the characters to make the crossover, like, I'm so happy she's one of them. Yeah, they never talk about that. Like, she does have a half-brother. They never talk about it. I find that funny that they never talk about it. Ooh, baseball bat. I've heard people talk about this baseball bat. They say it's crazy good. I've actually never found this. There's a DeLorean back here. Huh. I've been in this room many, many times. I never noticed this little secret down here. I wonder if that's always there. Well, that's awesome. That feels good. Swing rate is nice. Ooh, that's good. That's very good. Let's try this out. Would have loved to see Deanna's reaction to that bit of news. Yeah, let's try this weapon out, see how it handles. Of course, there's like no more enemies. What do you mean I have a little brother? You married who? I mean, she didn't actually marry him, though. Like, she called off the wedding at the end. So she just kind of had a baby. So, like, you got pregnant with who? But yeah, she never married him. She didn't marry anybody. She showed up to the wedding naked. Or am I thinking of a different... No, hang on. I might be mixing up with the Loaxana episodes. Okay, then. Wasn't really trying. The bat is fun. No, I don't care. Like, oh no, I lost 20 cells. Whatever. Didn't she have to marry Odo to get the other guy off her back? Yeah, that's what I remember. But I'm just not sure if I'm misremembering. But I think she did officially. Didn't she officially marry Odo, or did she not even go through with that one? It's been a minute. I don't actually remember. Yeah, I do not remember. Wonder if I unlock that baseball bat now that I picked it up, or if I have to grab that every time. Hey, I did. There's the baseball bat. It's an interesting weapon. I'd like to actually use it more. People are always talking about it on Reddit, saying it's like the GOAT weapon. But in any case, I'm not really even playing right now. I just kept going just to keep the chat going, but I'm gonna end the stream right there. I want to say official. Though she had it annulled later, I might be misremembering. Okay. Yeah, I might be misremembering also. It has been a minute. Like, I've watched the hell out of the series numerous times over. It's been a minute. But, yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. So, special thanks to everybody who popped into chat to keep me company. You know, extra special thanks to Sayla and Mothy and the Papman. And oh, somebody else popped in. I don't remember their name. They were a new person. Oh, I'd have to go back to like the beginning of chat to remember their name. Well, thank you to whoever you were. That was very cool for you to pop in for like 5 or 10 minutes. And yeah, thanks to anybody who watched this, who just enjoyed watching me suck, but have a lot of fun, but suck ass at Dead Cells. 2 boss cell. Made it to the clock tower. I am struggling to get beyond the second boss. Like, I can get past the first boss pretty easily. I think I've gotten past the second boss once. But like, on 2 boss cell, I'm struggling to get past the second boss. So, yeah, hopefully I can beat 2 boss cell. Yeah, we'll see. In any case, I loved talking to all of you. It's the whole point of streaming. And what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday. Should be streaming tomorrow. Unless, you know, life comes up. So, like, hopefully I see some of you tomorrow. Hope you all have a good day. Live long and prosper.